me working through numbers and numbers and numbers of pieces by composers and figuring out ways for pieces to be heard.
One Baylor professor is rewriting the lost history of Black composers back into our world today. 25 News reporter CIERRA Shipley tells us about the void he's working to fill in Western classical music.
A lot of times, Black musicians and composers are spotlighted in jazz, gospel, and even country music. But there's a lost art to those who composed classical works that Dr. Horace Maxiell is looking to reintroduce into our modern world. Dr. Horace Maxiell has studied countless of composers from hundreds of years back to more popular artists today.
The main thing that I've learned is no composer can fit into a bottle.
Noticing a void in artwork of Black composers in the Western classical genre, he's reintroducing their work back into our world.
And interpretation and writing articles about them, and hopefully someone will look at the piece and say, oh wow, that sounds interesting, or that looks interesting, maybe I'll take a look at it.
More of a composer himself, he asks others to play the lost art. Pianist Dr. Bradley BOLEN has enjoyed working with Dr. Maxiell in his study.
I've always kind of been drawn towards things that are sort of off the beaten path.
This particular piece was written by Samuel Coleridge Taylor and performed by Waco's own Jules Bledsoe, a piece of history Dr. BOLEN is proud to tell.
So it has such a historical significance to me that I was thrilled to be able to sort of try to bring it back to life, as it were.
For those willing to listen, Dr. Maxiell says these pieces can challenge us to understand what those composers were going through at the time of writing.
Just to sit down and take the time to listen to someone's expressive voice is worth every minute of it.
And being able to listen to a complete history is what Dr. Maxiell is working to accomplish.
But until we're able to hear these composers' expressive voices, we really won't know the breadth and the reach of classical music in this country.
Dr. Maxiell has been working on this study since 1990, and he says he'll continue to highlight those lost composers as it's important to keep their music alive for the world to hear. In Waco, CIERRA Shipley, 25 News.